early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. The
big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Mayfield to throw it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. $10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Jackson. Forced out to his left. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Dancing, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson punching it in from a yard away. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play that time for Cleveland. Mayfield on play action. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To throw again on second down, Mayfield. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now fourth down. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Mayfield now. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield with a touchdown pass to Austin Hooper. And the Browns get a score closer.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in, and he'll get nothing out of that one. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Play action. It's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
2nd and 2, first down marker at the 8. Now Jackson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now it's Jackson. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up a defensive touchdown.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Mayfield. He's going to take another shot here. He's got a man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows and just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They go play action now. Jackson. First down and more for Jackson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jackson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Deep in the red zone, seemed like they had their mind made up that was 4-down territory, and now they've got it inside the 5.
I like the way you looked at that because you're thinking just like a play caller and a head coach who gave the play caller that authority. It was 4-down territory. They went for it, picked it up. They didn't get the touchdown, but what a great consolation prize. A new set of downs and another shot at the...
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. 2nd down and goal. Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews there to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 10, and he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And oh, we've seen it all now. It's a fake. I got to tell you, absolutely no clue what just happened there. None. But I do know it's now 2nd down after the fake. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Looking deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps. Good.
It got his man complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Being chased out left. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions. Then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Eluding the pressure right. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. On third down, Mayfield. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On second and 10, Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a third and long now after the sack. Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to air one out. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
Second down, here's an option right. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. That second down play nets a -4. Well, that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
It's complete. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And now here is another interception. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. On first down, Dobbins. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And that is going to skip out of bounds. So a break there for sure. They'll hold on to the possession at the 5-yard line. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his second touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit. But going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, it's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No,
okay.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
And now here is another and the ball is knocked out. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. After the interception, here's Jackson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. 'Cause 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 chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Throwing is Jackson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this
is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. A big play that time for Cleveland. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Baby. He's at the 50, the 30.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Again, Jackson buying time to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. So left side, it's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Oh, and did the Browns get it? I think so, yes. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play.
Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Past the 20. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows, you may meet up with this team again.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Mayfield on play action. He's going to look deep now for Landry. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They'll run with Chubb. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have that feeling that has to be the best. You just go out in complete control of this game here for hopefully one final possession.
And it's a culmination of preparation that began with something along the lines from the head coach of, we're going to win this weekend, and here's how we're going to get it done. And covered all the details that went into it. They practiced them. They went over them. They tweaked the game plan as the week.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
4th down, here's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that.